You mentioned something earlier on about specialization, and I like that we're here tonight in a room full of experts. I had a conversation with Mr. Hightower there. He specializes in automotive industry, right? When you look at the African continent, you definitely see that there are some regions that are dealing with a number of industries, right? Do you see a time where Africa, as trade grows, as intra-African trade grows, and of course looking to the liberalization and becoming a one body, a time where a country will specialize in a particular sector, per se, Nigeria with the oil industry, or South Africa with the automotive industry? Do you see this happening?
Well, I think the oil industry, if you talk of processing, yes, not the export of commodities. We're trying to move all African countries away from dependence on commodities. Because I think more or less it's becoming very, very difficult to anchor your development on a commodity dependence. Demand is faltering most of the time. So there is an element of value addition at every stage. For example, when we liberalize trade throughout Africa, and when we reach the final level of 100%, it means that if you export commodities to the rest of Africa, you're getting very, very little. It only makes sense if you do some value addition. Right now, work is underway at our level, the African Union, to come up with a mapping exercise on the development of value chains across Africa. When that mapping exercise is completed, we'll be able to have a complete picture of the potentials in each of the African countries, the 55 African countries. That is the first level. Then the second level is that we are going to use that mapping exercise to come up with the sector investment profiles, such that when an investor wants to participate in a certain sector, all they need is to come to us and we give them the information, and they can then start doing the work without having to come up with a very detailed feasibility study.
Only if this was up to me, I